This is probably the most exciting video I've made in a long time, guys. This is next level. Right, let's get into the second part of this video where I'm going to be building this very, very quickly in front of you all. Now, a couple of things is that we're not going to be building all 98,000 pages. We're just going to be doing this snapshot of the CSV right here, and we'll just see how this goes. We're going to be using bolt.new, of course, and on the last video, we left it where I had just got to this point here. Now, I'm going to say remove the search option because search never works on my static sites for some reason. So we'll just remove the search option. Honestly, guys, it's not worth having search on your website. It really confuses things. It doesn't actually help with SEO in any way, shape, or form. So let's just get rid of it because I already know that in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that's going to cause me a problem down the line. But obviously V0, what they like to do is they like to give you the best in-house and the best practices. And it is best practice to have a search thing. So if you're not like me and you're a little bit more technical and you know what's going on a bit more, then, I'm not saying remove that section, maybe keep that section. But let's just do the first part of this, which is going to Bolt and saying, build this UI for me using this styling, but separate it into components for ease of use and reusability. That's not how you spell reusability, I don't think, but whatever. What this is now going to do is it's going to start the project, it's going to build the project, it's going to have everything in place, hopefully. Although I realized I didn't actually say use shad cn. Yeah, I didn't actually say that. So hopefully it'll pick up that it's using shad cn, but it often doesn't. So let's just check. Oh yeah, no, it looks like it has actually. Okay, so this is a very simple part of this process. If it can't do this, then we're kind of stuck. So one thing I've changed in my methodology is I no longer do the step-by-step, phase-by-phase system. Instead, what I do is I just keep saying, and now implement the next thing, implement the next thing, implement the next thing, etc. So now if we do npm run dev, it should have what V0 made for us here already. Let's see. There we go, compiled. Beautiful. So we have exactly what we gave it before, right here. You can see names V, featured names, name Liam, name Olivia. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to give the prompt that we made in the last video, like this, directly to Bolt. So we'll send this. Add the data set from the CSV below. Throughout the process of doing this, ensure to create JSON files with a flow that looks like this. So I learned this yesterday. So process the data from one single CSV into separate name JSON files. Add the, to generate the content for each JSON file, create the pages, create the sitemap. So that's a little bit of gold that I'll give to you guys. So we'll hit enter here, and now it's going to start building this process for us. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take. It's probably not going to take that long because I already did all this yesterday. This already looks correct, to be honest with you. So scripts, process data, scripts, generate page.ts. And then it's going to upload, it's going to change the package.json probably to include OpenAI. So you will need to buy a domain fairly early on in this. You just need to be careful because you do need to actually add your domain name here. So this is babynameexplorer.com, for example. It's just made one up. I'm going to say, please make the CSV file for me and place it in the correct directory. Also, please note, the way that you prompt OpenAI is incredibly important. Make sure to include an example of the output as in my example I sent you. Please also continue full implementation. Yeah, there we go. So it's making the CSV data for us. This just means that we can actually start to see this in action, okay? And then I've asked it to properly include an example, which is done here. This is exactly what we need. Notable bearers, popularity, pronunciation, consider these points, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's really cool, actually. It's actually including the CSV data in the original prompts, which is very nice. And then it has the JSON object response format, which is incredibly important as well. It's probably the most important thing behind this. It's why this is so goddamn powerful. So one thing that always happens with Bolt is that there are TypeScript errors. I still don't know how to fix this. I haven't worked out a way to fix this. This might be an actually better website than the one that I released, which is annoying. Okay, I'm now going to say, please implement all index pages and have some kind of way of finding popular, trending, unique, new, etc. names and make them all appear on index pages. Please also continue full implementation of the project, including sitemap, sorting, filters. Don't do search, please. Okay, so this is one really cool thing about Bolt is I'm giving it the kind of the freedom to kind of create what it thinks is good. So you can see it's got biblical pages, right? So anything in the CSV that says, you can see it says biblical, if it says yes in the data, which I can't even read the data, so I don't know, it will then appear on the biblical page. So if a name is biblical, it will actually appear on the page that is biblical names. This one here, biblical/page, right? So now we've got name filters. This is really cool, actually. This is much better than the website I made, which is kind of upsetting. Let us do npm run build. Okay, so this is actually not going to work. I just realized this is where it gets a little bit complicated, guys, okay? This is slightly different to... Oh, there we go. Okay, this is what I needed. I needed this TypeScript error. So first thing we're going to do before we put it on our local machine is we're going to say, please fix this TypeScript error, do nothing else, don't remove any code, don't add placeholder code. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to fix all these TypeScript errors that always happen with bolt.new. This literally happens every single time, so don't worry too much about it. So AI description is meaning, origin, cultural significance, notable bearers, popularity, characteristics, variance, pronunciation. I'm kind of upset that I'm not actually making this website that we're making right now, because this is actually significantly better than the one that I released last night, but you know, it is what it is. Yes, I probably am going to spend a few hours potentially releasing this website as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. npm run build. We just want to keep running npm run build until we get rid of all the TypeScript errors. As soon as it actually starts to try and talk with OpenAI, it won't work as far as I know. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, beautiful. That's another error. So we'll grab this error here. And we'll say, please fix this error, do nothing else. It's actually getting to the point already where it's trying to generate content, which is a very good sign. Now, hopefully it's coded everything correctly beyond this point, but it's kind of hard to know. We don't actually know whether it's done everything properly. So we're just kind of hoping, to be honest with you. Now, one thing we can do is if I just go on Google and type in dangerously allow browser OpenAI, there's one thing that we might be able to do, which is we can add this line somewhere here. So after the API key. And what this does is it should allow the thing to run on the browser instead of... So this might work now. So if I do npm run build, you'll see that it is trying to process data. So here it says npm run process data, npm run generate pages, and then next build. So we'll see what happens here, but it should actually start to generate content here. Oh, okay, yeah, it's doing it. So what it says here is there's an error. Invalid parameters response format of type JSON isn't available on this thing. So this happened a lot last night. I know exactly how to fix this. It's basically just, it's using GPT-4 because Bolt's memory isn't loaded up to the point of GPT-4o Mini, so it doesn't know that GPT-4o Mini exists, basically. So we're actually generating content now, if it works this time, which it should work this time. Let's have a look. Now, this is working in a slightly different way to yesterday. I already prefer how it's built this thing. The problem yesterday is I was trying to do it dynamically until I realized about 6 a.m. that it doesn't make sense to do this dynamically what would actually make more sense is to programmatically generate an entire website using OpenAI GPT-4o Mini, and then upload the website to GitHub, and then put the website on Vercel or Netlify, or in my case, because it had 98,000 pages, I had to actually put it on DigitalOcean. So you can see here, we now should have, there we go, look. We've got names here, Elizabeth. This is for the index pages. Data processing completed. There we go, look. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh my God, this is so sick, man. So what it's done is it's added it to the index file, right? So this will eventually have all names that begin with S will be in this file, okay? So if I have 10,000 names that begin with S, this file will have 10,000 names in it. This is really, really cool. AI description. So meaning, princess, noblewoman. We are enriching the CSV data. Oh, what the hell is that? Okay. So okay. So the issue here is that we don't have names that begin with every letter. You can see that it says a.json does not exist, and that's because it wasn't created, because no names currently in the CSV have an A in. Does this list of names cover all 26 letters of the alphabet as a first letter? No, just tell me. I don't want to. Okay, yeah. It can do that now. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Okay, so now when we run this, perfect, beautiful. So let's just go back to names.csv, Control A, Control V, Control S to save. Oh God, that's a lot. Please output my original CSV again, but with one name for each starting letter. I wonder if you can do Python for that too, probably. Oh, it's so fucking beautiful, that. Wow, that's really useful. Man, they really made Claude better now that it can do Python, because it was one of the worst things was having to go back to ChatGPT to do all the Python stuff. Okay, nice. So now we have the CSV exactly as we need it. This probably won't be a problem for you guys if you're trying to generate a massive website. It's just the way I'm doing it, I really don't want to generate a website all over again with millions of pages, or hundreds of thousands of pages. One thing I would recommend actually is before you go live with this, or before you build something locally, is depending on your rate limit. So what you should do is you should go on OpenAI and go to OpenAI, where there should be like rate limits here. Okay, so yeah, what you should do is you should go here, copy this, right, and say, look, I'm using GPT-4o Mini. These are my rate limits. Create a system that will asynchronize or parallel call OpenAI according to my rate limits to speed this up, okay? Because, I had to do that last night, basically, because otherwise it would have taken, I worked it out that it would have taken about 37 hours to generate the entire website until I did that. So you can just say, please, I'm not going to press enter here, but please make my calls async parallel call according to my specific rate limits on OpenAI, which are here. Using GPT-4o Mini, I have 30K calls is that right? 30,000 requests per minute. Jesus, right. Wish I'd read that last night. So yeah, you can just do it like this, and then you can send it like this. Otherwise, this will take way too long to build, right? And then you just send that, and then it'll do that for you. But you can already see we're actually at the stage where we're about to generate the entire website. And I'm only doing it on this subset of information just because I really don't want to go through that process again of generating 85 or however many pages, but oh, beautiful, look at that. So now we have all of them. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, all the way to Z. Zoe, we have here. Zoe, meaning life, derived from Greek. Cultural significance, notable bearers, popularity, characteristics, variance, pronunciation, gender, biblical name, false. Why didn't I make this website like this last night? God damn it, this is so much better. I'm basically giving you guys a way to make something even better than the way that I made it. Oh, I'm just going to pre-write this message though. As we are generating a static website locally and then posting it online, won't we need to have a function or something that skips any names that have already been generated? Otherwise, the build process will take too long and we can't launch the website. So what I'm doing here is, I believe this is a vital step. So it is a vital step. So we'll just cancel this quickly. The reason is if a name already exists in the data, it needs to skip that name. Otherwise, you can't do what we're trying to do here, because if you have to send this to DigitalOcean, right? Or, I mean, DigitalOcean's a bad example because it probably would work, but Vercel, Netlify, AWS, all these other things that I tried last night, if it has to build for, let's say, 3 hours, it will not build on Vercel. It will not build on Netlify. So what we want to do is we want to actually create the content first, and then locally, like on my machine or even on Bolt, as it seems to be working this time, and only when the content is generated is when we push it to GitHub and then build it on DigitalOcean, let's say, for example. I think I'll just use Vercel or something for this example, which will be probably the next video, or it could just be in this video. We could just do a 2-part, to be honest with you, because I'm really not that far away from having this launched. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you a piece of advice here. Sometimes Bolt is not worth using when you just want to make a tiny little change. So I'm going to say, instead of importing my API key here, please allow me to hard code it. I will add my key after for safety reasons. Okay, so now we'll go back to Bolt and we'll just, I don't know why this is necessary. I don't know why it's not reading my env. Like, I've never had that before, but it's okay. Like, it's not a huge problem. We're just gonna hard code it. So we'll do that and then save. There we go. And then npm run build. So again, we're just doing a little bit of trial and error here just to get to the point where we can generate the website locally and then post it. Now, in case you're curious, you might be thinking, like, can you push this amount of pages to GitHub? Yes, you can. That's exactly how I did it. And then from something like DigitalOcean, you can then pull the GitHub repository. Remove the crypto-based checksum calculation. Okay, good, because that was way too complicated. Check if a JSON file already exists. Perfect. I don't know why the hell it's using crypto-based checksum calculation. Like, just see if it fucking exists. You don't need to do it. It always does this. It always tries to be clever. Like, just check if the file exists. It's not that bloody difficult. It doesn't always have to be complicated. It's obsessed with this, I swear. So yeah, all we're trying to do now is get this content here to be programmatically placed onto all of the pages that we're generating, right? Just think about it. It's actually super simple and super easy. We can, there we go. Skipped because it already exists. Perfect. Please just build it. Please. Data processing completed successfully. Beautiful. Doesn't look like it's having the same issue as before with the sitemap. Come on, we're so close. Generate pages. So now it's creating all of those pages based on these data sets here. Generated sitemap 1, generated sitemap index, creating an yeah, it's going to work. Unless there might be another problem here, but it's pretty much there now, guys. This is where you want to be. So if I go to public, and then we have the sitemap here, beautiful, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then the names themselves. The kind of the most frustrating thing about this method is that it takes 3 to 5 minutes every single time just to run npm run build. Oh, no, see, you motherfucker, you have added placeholder code to my process data.ts. Please remove any placeholder code and get the script production ready. This is what you need to be really careful of. You need to be constantly reading what it's doing and making sure that it doesn't do this, because the second that it does that, it's all over, right? It won't work anymore. We're so damn close. And then look what it does again. Model GPT-4. This bloody thing. And then you run npm run build and it says, oh, not compatible with JSON mode. So frustrating, honestly. You need to be really, really careful with this thing. Just constantly be checking what model it's using, guys, because it will just continue to do this every single time. I had a few ideas recently for websites. I'll give you one example. Best app for, I don't know, photo editing. Now, what you want to do is you want to do some searches first, because if Google already has this feature, then you're kind of screwed. There's no point making this because they already have this, right? Now, that might not be strictly true. The reason I didn't go forward with this idea, best app for whatever, was because the API was too expensive. Another idea is if you say like etymology of the word pencil. Okay, then again, the same thing. Google has this little section at the top of Google. So yeah, you just want to make sure that Google doesn't have a system already in place that means people won't click on your result, okay? So if I actually do what is the meaning of the name Dorothy, this is fine because this is a featured snippet, right? This is not Google itself, it's a featured snippet, so it's fine, in my opinion. Honestly, this happens every single time, this problem with generate static parameters. I don't know why they can't just do it in the first place. It's very annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So you actually have to have this option here, generate static params. This is probably the most exciting video I've made in a long time, guys. This is next level. There's find a tradesperson in Ireland. There's get married in Italy. There's board games, bestboardgames4.com. But then there's these beasts which take CSV data, mix them with AI, generate an entire beautiful page of content, which we'll see in a minute when this finally loads and finishes. And that is really exciting because you can have 93,000 pages of unique content. To be honest with you guys, now that I've done this, I'm kind of tempted to make another website exactly the same as the first website I made and compare the two to see if I can rank this other one better. Because in Google's eyes, you know, two baby name websites, it might seem really weird and stupid to do that, but in Google's mind, it doesn't know that they're both my website necessarily, right? So it's like I'm just trying to, I don't know, I'm really enthusiastic about baby names or whatever, and I'm just trying to rank two websites, and they are different enough, and there will be completely unique content on both. So I have a strong feeling that I'm going to be up pretty late tonight doing this again, because now in my head I'm thinking this is going to rank better, so why the hell would you not do that? Damn it! I hate my brain, guys. Please, someone free me. No, don't actually. No, never mind. Don't take that the wrong way. Okay, create an optimized production build. This, as far as I know, should now work. I can't see anything else that should be in the way here. All these errors, they're all the normal errors that happen with Bolt every single time I use it. I might try and find a way to prompt Bolt to not have these errors every single time, because I am getting kind of annoyed with it. Now, I'm trying to think of more ideas. For ideas, guys, I talked about this in the last video, but the best ideas that you can have are things that ChatGPT already knows about, like the meaning of names. Come on. Come on, it's so close. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. Come on. Collecting page data. Yeah. Generating static page. Come on, show me that. Show me it. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Now it should, yeah, there we go. Say generating static page. Perfect. Oh, what the fuck was that? Okay, that's fine. That's just a normal React error. Classic fucking Bolt. It's literally that this is the last error in the way until we can generate content. Now, like I said before, I think I might try and prompt these errors automatically out of, you know what, that's not a bad idea. If I just grab all of these errors like that and then copy them and then put them in the original prompt and say, avoid all of these errors that happen every single time I use you? Is that how you say that? I don't know. So now we've actually got all the errors already there. So that would actually help a rebuild. I think I will leave this prompt somewhere. So baby name website generator. All you have to do is replace the CSV. Guys, please don't make baby name website. Please just do something different. Don't ruin my fun. Please just do something different. Don't do the same thing as me. There are so many ideas out there, guys. You can easily think of something new. Numerology, horoscopes, meaning of what it means to be born on a certain day, meaning of, moon phases. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Yeah, what's it called? The horoscope thing would probably be a good one. You kind of want things with lots of pages though. So, yeah, I don't know. Another good one actually would be origin of surnames, right? Instead of forenames. So this is actually something that came up in conversation with me and my fiance's friends, and also my fiance, obviously, Susanna. What is the meaning of, let's just say, Davison? So it's of English Scottish origin. It's son of David. It's actually not correct as far as I know, because it's Davison, not Davidson. Davison, not Davidson, mate. Yeah, so son of Davy it comes from. It's kind of annoying that it made that mistake. Like, it's not that difficult, ChatGPT. Let's try ChatGPT 4 in mini. Yeah, okay, same thing. Son of David. Great. Perfect. Yeah, that makes me worry that this all these name things might not be strictly accurate. But the ones that I've checked have all been accurate. It's just the one here that I've just done of a surname is actually not accurate, because my surname doesn't mean Davidson. It means Davison, son of Davy, which is a Scottish version of the name Davidson. So, come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. It's done it. It's done it. It's done it. We're there, guys. Oh, what is that? You mother... I don't know what this error is. Oh, error. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this came up yesterday as well. So look, this is not what it will look like, obviously, but this is the details. Look at all of that detail that we have on this page. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm getting excited now because this shit is so cool. I love this stuff. And you can think of so many more examples as well. I am going to have to run npm run build one more time. The reason for that is if it doesn't complete the entire process of npm run build. Npm just means node package manager, by the way. People might be confused by that. All it means is build the application or run the build script. The reason that you have to complete npm run build is that in order to launch this as a server, as a website, you have to build the project, right? So although I have all of the content here, it doesn't actually count because it hasn't fully built the actual project. It has to build successfully for you to be able to post it on a website. Okay, so that's why this process, although it's kind of painful, it's also necessary. So what is his names? Oh, a.html, beautiful. c.html, etc., etc. As far as I know now, there should be nothing that stops this from building, unless the fact that these folders already exist stop it from building, which would be kind of annoying, but there we go. So we have the name, Anna. We're going to click Anna, and then look at that. We have name details, meaning, origin. This is so much better than the website I made. We have popularity, first recorded in 1880, peak popularity 1991, total usage 1 million babies, name variations here, notable bearers, and cultural significance. This is exactly what I wanted. Now, I would have to continue trying to fix this, this error here, because otherwise, as far as I know, now I'm not 100% sure on this, as far as I know, it does need to complete the build for it to be able to be launched. But we'll leave the video there, guys. You can see that we have a complete website that just has a few issues left that we can try and fix. Now, I want you to fix this error and only this error. I don't know what it's talking about process data for. So now it's doing this thing where like there's half a file open and half a file not open. So unfortunately, now it's going a bit mad. I'm just going to undo these changes because now I'm really worried that we're just breaking the entire thing. Anyway, we have the website. It's pretty much there, as you can see. We have this really, really cool system right here. There are a few other changes I'd want to make, but now I'm worried that the whole thing is broken because of this tiny little error at the end of the process. So when it does this, guys, you're actually just going to have to refresh the page. And I hate doing that because I hate restarting basically this entire process. But it is necessary sometimes to refresh this page. Sometimes something happens with Bolt. I'm not actually 100% sure what it is. Okay, so we'll just run npm run build. It's probably going to give me another error here because it made some weird change that I don't even know what it was at the end of that. But we're going to have to just quickly fix this because I do want this to be a complete video. Oh, out, yeah. So it has this file out. So as far as I know, I might be mistaken here. Someone who's better at coding can tell me. But the fact that it's at this point right now, I believe it would actually be launchable, even though npm run build isn't working, because it has all of the data that it needs. And you just need to run like next start or next server start, and then start the server, and then you put the server on somewhere live. Now, the only reason I want npm run build to actually work is because I would rather launch this on Vercel rather than on DigitalOcean, because DigitalOcean is significantly more complicated. But we'll see what happens here. We refreshed, so I'm expecting there to be a new error because it also randomly changed this to .cjs, which I don't know what the fuck that means. It's gonna have that error again for sure. Oh, it worked. What? Okay, we've done it, guys. That's it. What the hell? So now let's do npm run dev, and we can see that the entire website is now complete. Now, I would probably add breadcrumbs. I would probably make sure that the header is showing on all index pages. I'd probably make a few other changes as well. But, you know, we've now got something that would rank on Google because we have all of this authentic, real, AI-generated content that has programmatically been put into the website. So let's just see what that looks like. I know that we looked at this already, but I wonder if these work. So if I do male, English, popular, nothing happened. Let's have a look at name origins at the top here. I don't know if any of these buttons will work. Yeah, not found. So what's happened here is these pages haven't actually been made yet. So again, this is something that you would probably want to change. When it says not found, it means that the page doesn't exist, basically. Oh, popular does exist? Oh, look at that. Wow, that's really cool, actually. Oh, I love it. I really, really like it. Apparently Mary, I didn't know this, is actually a gender-neutral name. I didn't know that, personally, but apparently some people are male and called Mary. Okay, this doesn't work, but that's okay. Like, we're almost there. I think we can all agree that we're pretty much there. So yeah, we'll leave the video there, guys, because now what I've shown you how to do, and you know, you can play around with this yourselves. You can make it look better. You can make it more SEO friendly. Like, there's no header on this page or footer, so it's kind of confusing. If I go here, it's the same thing. There's no breadcrumbs, there's no header, there's no footer. But there is a page that I personally believe would rank on Google. So we'll leave the video there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're watching all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend. And I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out. Watch this video if you want to learn how to generate a website with hundreds of thousands of pages using AI that will bring you traffic and money.